Hello everybody. Today we are covering Unit 6. These units will equip you with the skills, the knowledge of writing narrative paragraph. And these are the objectives of the unit. You learn how to write a narrative paragraph. And to do so, you have to cover all these contents. What is a narrative paragraph? And then analyzing samples of narrative paragraphs and about the language focus. Verb tense consistent will be presented to you. And the last thing is the writing task. Now, the introduction. Okay, like all other forms of writing, paragraphs are written for a specific purpose, a particular goal. The purpose determines, that means decides, what information you include in the paragraph and how you write it. In this unit, you will look at one kind of paragraph, the narrative paragraph, or in other words, it means you tell a story just in a paragraph. Narrative means storytelling. So what is a narrative paragraph? It's a paragraph that tells the reader a story. Also gives background information in the opening sentence or sentences, and has a beginning, a middle of the story, and an end, and also entertain and inform the reader about a specific paragraph. Now let's see. In a narrative paragraph, the first sentence, as well as in other kinds of paragraph, is the topic sentence. That means the first paragraph gives the background information about the story. When, where, in which situation the story happened. But please remember this. The writer has to introduce the characters and prepare the readers for the action that will come in the paragraph. And the topic sentence is at the beginning. And that means it's the first sentence of the paragraph, but it's not usually the beginning of the story. Ở chỗ này các bạn lưu ý là câu đầu tiên của cái đoạn văn kể chuyện nó là câu topic sentence, và nó đóng cái vai trò như ở các cái loại paragraph khác, tức là nó phải nêu ra được cái chủ đề, cái topic của cái paragraph, tức là câu chuyện, và cái ý controlling idea mà bạn muốn triển khai trong phần thân bài. Nhưng câu này thường thì không phải là cái câu mở đầu cho câu chuyện. Bạn lưu ý cái điều này. Now, analyze sample narrative paragraphs. The first one. The paragraph is a personal story about a time when the writer was scared. The writer felt horrible, terrified. Okay? Before you read the paragraph, think about these things. Then, when answering this question, you prepare yourself the proper mood for reading the story. Have you ever felt really scared? Describe the situation orally or silently in your mind. And then, what was going on around you during the scary event? Try to use sensory adjectives that describe the surroundings. Ở đây, muốn cho cái câu chuyện nó sống động, thì khi mình viết việc kể chuyện thì mình nên dùng những cái tính từ nó mô tả các cái cảm quan của mình. Đó, nghe rồi thấy, ngửi thấy, hoặc là chạm vào thì cảm thấy như thế nào, để mà mô tả cái surrounding, tức là cái bối cảnh nó xảy ra câu chuyện. And how did the situation end? Tức là cuối cùng thì cuối câu chuyện có chuyện gì xảy ra, kết quả là sao? Và đây là cái câu chuyện thứ nhất, cái paragraph sample number 1. My Macy's nightmare. Nightmare, a bad dream. Như vậy là anh chị thấy cái tiêu đề là đã cho mình thấy một cái cảm giác, đã cho mình cảm giác là scared. And the first sentence is a topic one. It tells the reader that the writer writes about the first time he or she got lost in New York City, and he or she will never forget it because it's so scary. It was so scary. I was traveling with my parents during summer vacation, and we were in Macy's department store, and I was so excited to see such a huge place. Suddenly, I turned around to ask my mom something, but she was gone. I began crying and screaming at the top of my lungs. A sales clerk came up to me and asked if I was okay. She got on the public address system and notified the customers that a little boy with blue jeans and a red cap was lost. 2 minutes later, my mom and dad came running toward me. We all cried and hugged each other. I'll never forget that day as long as I live. Okay? So, the place where the story happened is a Macy's department store. And the time was at summer vacation. And the characters in the stories is the writer himself and the parents, okay, and also the sales clerk who deliver the message about a lost boy on the public address system, etc. And at the end of the story, you can see that the boy and his parents saw each other together. It's a happy ending anyway. Another samples. Okay, these are the story to instruct you to know the taking place of the story. So what is the writer's purpose for writing this paragraph? The story is so scary, so the writer wants to write it to tell the reader the story. And in this kind of narrative paragraph, the writer should focus on these things. The verb consistent, verb tense consistent. Why? Because in a narrative paragraph, you write about the writer writes about a story that happened sometime in the past. So the verbs in the story must be consistent. So có nghĩa là tính nhất quán về thì của các cái động từ trong cái đoạn văn kể chuyện. Bạn thử đọc một cái đoạn văn nữa. Friday Night Fiasco. Cái này fiasco là một cái từ nó gốc từ tiếng Tây Ban Nha, cũng có nghĩa là nó muốn nói đến một cái embarrassing situation, một cái tình huống mà rất là người trong cuộc rất là xấu hổ và rất là bối rối. And here the first sentence is a topic. Okay. The most embarrassing moment is a controlling idea, and the topic is the embarrassing moment she experienced while working in a Mexican restaurant. And the second question is usually the beginning of the story. Okay, I was a hostess working a busy Friday night. As usual, I was wearing a blouse and a long Mexican skirt. While I was taking some menus to the table, one of the waiters accidentally stepped on the hem of my skirt. What happened? I didn't even feel it fall off, and I walked through the hall to a dining room in my sleep. So embarrassing the situation is. Almost every customer in the restaurant saw me without my skirt on. You can imagine what the writer, the person I hear in the story feel. Okay, and while reading through it, you can pay attention to the tenses of the verb here. And here, all the verbs are underlined. And you have happened, was working, happened, simple past, was working, continuous part. I was wearing, I was taking, stepped, I didn't even feel, I walked, I saw. So you can see that all the verbs are put in past tenses. And in this paragraph, you can see that continuous past is used rather often. Now another paragraph, and while reading through the paragraph, try to correct any tense, any verbs that are put in incorrect tense. Okay, try to correct them. The happiest day of my life is when I get my first job last year. So in the first sentence, you can see that verb be is put in present tense, is, okay, and then verb get also in present tense. So what should you do? You have to put these verbs in past tense. We have is, get. After college, I tried and tried. Okay, and then my luck is back. And finally, one day while I was eating a sandwich in a downtown coffee shop, my luck will begin. And then the next one, you have correct on. The next, we say okay, I say okay, and we start talking. She begins, okay, present, to tell me that she is. And then is looking for an assistant, is looking. I will tell her. Okay, I am. And study it. So she gives me. I'm her. It is. Okay, so please put these verbs into past tenses. Remember that. Here are some ideas for narrative paragraph. Please choose one and write a paragraph about the topic, about the question you have chose. Write about the most memorable movie or film you have seen. Remember to describe what happened in the film and the feelings of you when seeing the film. Or you can create a short fable. Fable means ngụ ngôn, truyện ngụ ngôn. Using an animal as the main character and what happened to this animal. Trong truyện ngụ ngôn thì thường người ta chọn các con vật làm động cái vai chính, nhân vật chính trong câu chuyện. Ok, và thường câu chuyện chuyện ngụ ngôn thì được kể theo cái kiểu là nhân cách hóa, dùng con vật, sử dụng con vật để làm cái hình tượng mình muốn nói đến trong cái câu chuyện. Nhưng mà qua đó thì mình lại dùng những cái có thể dùng những cái từ, động từ hoặc là những cái hành động giống như là con người. Or write about someone you know got out of trouble. Hoặc là kể về một người nào đó và cái cách cái người nào đó coi như là gặp một cái trường hợp rất là embarrassing và làm thế nào để mà got out of, để thoát ra khỏi cái tình huống đó. Hoặc bạn cũng có thể kể về một cái important lesson mà bạn đã gặp phải trong đời, rút ra được khi đã trải qua một cái gì đó trong đời. And when you write your paragraph, I mean narrative or storytelling, follow these guidelines. The first, brainstorm the details in the story. Try to remember to imagine you are in the situation in the story. Describe the background with sensory adjectives. And remember that in this kind of paragraphs, the topic sentence is the first one, but it's not the beginning of the story. Then make an outline for your story. Write a topic sentence with controlling ideas. Write a supporting sentence for the middle of your narrative or your story. Check for consistencies in past tense verbs. Okay? And write the end of the story. And if you follow this guideline correctly, I think you can produce a good narrative paragraph. Please remember, in writing, you have to practice. You never know till you have tried. So thank you for your attention.